how does mental health impact physical health, and what strategies can be used to strengthen this connection? And Dr. Annika, I'm going to ask you first to reply to this question for your insight.
Okay, let's dig into this one. Well, how does mental health impact physical health? It is like, if we don't feel well, then we don't care for ourselves in a good way, usually. So we don't sleep well. And if we don't sleep well, we're going to feel less well, even less well. And we don't eat well, or we eat crap food or things that we shouldn't eat because we just don't have energy to eat. And we don't move enough because we just sit down in the sofa and maybe even feel sorry for ourselves. So if we don't feel well, it's going to affect our physical health very much. And we also usually withdraw from friends and family and work and, go into ourselves. And it makes us tired, sloppy, energy drops, and we get physically ill. And it also affects our, what do you call it, the resistance systems, so that we get less antioxidants in our bodies, and we have a big risk of infectious diseases. So it's a spiral downwards if we don't feel well. I know we're going to talk more about what to do about this. But we need to care for our physical daily maintenance. Taking walks, eating good, and bother about our sleep. And I think we're going to talk more about those things.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for these insights. And Vangelis, for you, how does mental health impact physical health? Which strategies can be used to strengthen this connection?
I want to share a message of hope. The mental and the mind to me and the physical, all of that is just interwoven. I was watching this video of this zygote, and it was 1 cell, then it went to 2 cells, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. And then there was a time where it changed into this other process called differentiation, where you're going to be a heart cell, you're going to be a kidney cell, you're going to be a liver cell. And I said, wait. Where did it get this intelligence? It's 1 cell. And then in 1985, Dr. Bruce Lipton did an experiment where he took the DNA out of a cell. Everyone thought it would die. It didn't die. It lived. The purpose of the DNA was just for replication. So he and other people realized that the intelligence lives in the cell, the membrane. So if you connect that further, that means that every cell is an intelligent being. So where is your mind? My finger, my ear, my brain. In my entire body is made up of intelligent beings. And then they realized that nothing is fixed. That's hope. That means that there's nothing fixed in life, because we were always taught, when you're born, it's done. And they realized, no, it's not. So now, if you do that further, Candace Pert, in her book, Molecules of Emotion, she said, everything that you get from your body, your signals, there are no positive or negative emotions. It's just a message. And when you look at it that way, it's telling you something. So now you have these messages that come to you, and now you realize nothing is fixed, and that every cell of your body is your mind, an intelligent being. The strategy that I started realizing is I start speaking lovingly to myself. I start visualizing every part of my body just working and functioning so beautifully. I'm so happy. So if my I like what you said, Farzine, where you have a pain or something because you have an emotional block. Now it's like, okay, what are you telling me? I'm not angry. I'm actually thankful that you're speaking to me. And because now I have this communication back and forth, now I can start speaking back to my intelligent cells. They speak to me, and now I have this ecosystem, this beautiful holistic way of looking and using my mental, my health, to work with my physical health.
Again, beautiful. Thank you so much for this share. And what about you, Neisha? What is for you, how does mental health impact physical health?
It impacts everything. It all starts in the mind. And I think Dr. Annika and Vangelis have spoken a little bit about it, but it all starts in your mind. Every single action, every single decision, every single goal that you have, or disinterest that you have, it all starts with your mind. So in the same matter, in order to have a strong physical health, we need a strong mind to support that. And actually, something that I encounter a lot in my burnout practice is the disconnection, like we discussed before, between mind, body, and spirit, and that sense of needing to be always on the go and always running against the next activity and the next expectation from others or from yourself. So in order to strengthen that mindset, in which will lead to better outcomes in your life, you need to create space during the day to connect with yourself. And Evangelist was saying, understand what is your body trying to tell you that you have been ignoring with all of the activities and engagements that we put ourselves through during the day.
Wow, thank you so much. And you know what I take from this is this very simple sentence: listen to your body. Your body is talking to you the whole time. And when we
Yeah.
listen to that, you know, we'll be able to take action. So thank you so much. What about you, Farzin? What is your take on this question?
So the question is the relationship between our mental and physical
Yes.
layers. So I'm just going to give you an example as a story, a real story. So somebody came to my house long ago. She was a guest. She was coming from another country, and she was nurse back home. And she told me a story that was very interesting. I even put that story in my book. So she said that the hospital that she was working in, two people came, and they both had severe headaches. And after examination, one of them was diagnosed with severe migraine, the first one. And the second one was diagnosed with a tumor in the brain, very close to a sensitive area that they weren't able to do the surgery. So they told the second person, you're going to be living for another month, not more than that, because it is somewhere that we cannot do anything, and it's very aggressive, and it is destroying everything. So the second person died within a month. So the parents went to the hospital to just grab the medical files and stuff, and they noticed something. They noticed that on the tests, somebody else's name is in there. So that was the first person. Can you imagine? The files were switched by mistake. And the second person had a severe migraine, but he was told that he had a tumor, and he died within a month. The first person, they gave them some medications for migraine, and he had the tumor in the brain, but he was cured. Can you imagine that? It is based on their belief. So your belief can kill you or they can heal you. It is that strong. So that was the message for me, that how our mental capacity can affect our physical capacity. That's why what I do for myself and what I suggest to my clients and people I work with is that always check what type of belief you have. Is it something that is harmful, or it is something that is helpful? It might be some harmful belief. We generalize everything. Our mind is set like that. We generalize everything. So sometimes we have to just go over the belief that we have and then challenge them if they are helpful or harmful. And if we challenge our beliefs at the standpoint of our spiritual aspect, that intelligence that Evangelist was talking about, then we can choose, then we have the choice to leave it or take it.